could be hindering your possible thing. Like you mentioned, you did the one wheeler, or somebody who's weightlifting and or picking up someone's furniture like 2 days before they're going to get into. Well, these things have to be addressed. So it's about being mindful of what you did in a week before you do something. So it's being very conscious about that. That's what I think, and so that you can be less, it's be more preventable to the injury that you're going to possibly get into. If you know.
Yeah. And I mean, like I do notice that, like when people get into the court, I see you guys. They don't warm up,
No,
right?
yeah.
They
They
put
just
their
go
racket down, maybe do a few stretches, and then we're ready to go.
Yeah.
I do see that warming up in terms of volleying
Volley,
and stuff,
yeah.
and just like hitting slow and things like that. That's a good thing to do as well. But I think like your point, I think additional warm up is important.
Yeah.
I'm thinking of suicides in a
Like
way.
ladder drills.
Maybe something like that. I think if we could do, some kind of line drills, something where you could do something fast, then go back to slow.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Something where it can help you warm up, where you have to quickly move your muscle. Something, but for sure, like maybe like skipping, hopping. I would do maybe like 5 regular hops, then 1 big hop. 5 regular hops, something like that. I think that would be good to really warm up your explosive for your calves. Yeah, because you're going to be quickly using those calves to push off and catch that ball.
Yeah. And also getting your heart rate going.
Yeah.
That's the whole important
Yeah,
of warming up.
Well, I mean, because if your heart rate's not warmed up, you're not moving blood to all the tissues in your body.
Yeah.
And then when you're not moving blood through your tissues and you're asking it to demand in a quick amount of time, and especially if you're at that age, I don't want to say it, but you're old, it takes a longer time for your body to kind of like assimilate to that. And as a result of that, guess what happens? This is where like,
Right.
So.
But I mean, I do understand though, like logically, even for me, right? Like I'm a physical therapist. Logically, I'm like, you should warm up. You should like be a little bit more careful, or you should just like if you're doing a lot of activities before, just be a little bit careful for for this round. Logically, you're thinking that, but emotionally, we're all humans, right? We're all emotional creatures.
Yeah,
You just want to play.
You want to play. You
So-
want to be competitive. You want to
Right,
get in
right.
there.
So I totally understand.
I see that too, because I get in there and I'm excited and I'm like, everything. Oh, dumb, you ass. Because he got me in a couple moves where I was like, he got me going here and then I was like, oh, damn you.
Pickleball's fun. Pickleball's fun.
Yeah, it's fun.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Okay, so then what if someone has a sudden injury, say like they maybe right over rolled their ankle, or they feel something nagging in their shoulder, what could they do to that day to help with their injury?
Oh,
That's a good question.
that's a good question.
And there's a lot of depends on that
Yeah.
one.
See, the complex thing about our field of work is that not one size fits all. Everyone is different based on their ability. I mean, based on their injuries as well as all their special in needs, if you will. And I think for a lot of people, the common thing would be to like ice. What do you think about ice, guys?
Well, that's generally recommended for the first 72 hours, especially if you notice visible swelling or like it's definitely puffing up. For the first 72 hours, though, it's good.
And I mean that's like Joel was saying, anything visible or
Bruising.
like bruising, right?
For the ankle, I'm thinking.
Yeah, absolutely. And for me, it was when it happened, like I couldn't put weight on it, right? Like if I put weight on it, it hurt. So I was immediately thinking, oh, did I blow my Achilles? Right? So I was like, oh man, was there any deformity? Was there any bruising there? But there wasn't any, and it was like high up on my calf. So I started slowly putting weight on it, slowly starting to move it, right? So
And that's helpful too. Right. Just putting weight on it, moving a little bit, just to create blood flow, and that's going to help you heal.
Exactly.
Versus totally letting it just crust. What's the word? Immobilizing.
Right.
Definitely, if it's super painful, immobilize it for some time, but try to slowly integrate it, getting it back to use.
I think people get in trouble when people are too overprotective of whatever they injured. I mean, granted, there's some instances that's appropriate, like if you've broken something. or
Yeah.
you.
But then they might not know. Like I had a friend that ruptured his Achilles recently. It's definitely painful. So like, but he had a lot of pain. Like I think that's where it's okay to use your kind of rating for pain. If it's
Right.
maybe over a 6-7, I mean that's the time to probably just let it just immobilize.
Yeah.
And then we want to know though in the next day or so, like is it slowly? Are you able to do a little bit more with it? And that's a good sign.
Right.
But if you absolutely can't tolerate anything, then it probably should check with someone with a medical provider and schedule an appointment.
I think one of the criteria is from Canada, the Ottawa rules for
with the
fracture.
That's very complicated for someone to.
Well, if you can't put weight on, if you can't take a few steps after the injury, or if you did go to the emergency room, then that's an indicator of okay, maybe I need to get this looked at a little bit more. If you can't like start taking steps.
Instead of tapping like 5 centimeters below the
Yeah.
And then if it's the shoulder, maybe there might not be as much visible swelling, but again, like you mentioned, deformity. Is there some deformity? Is there something jutting out? I think what we have to be careful of. Some people are loose in their ligaments in their shoulder, so if they went back to try to when you hit like overhead, did their socket dislocate? Or sublux. So sublux is when it comes out, comes back in, or dislocate where it just comes out and doesn't come back in by itself. So that's something that definitely you want to immobilize if you see some deformity. But otherwise, if it's just painful, just watching out for just immobilize it and then ice it if it feels good with ice, and then later in the day see how much you can move it.
Yeah.
I would imagine there'd be a lot of knee injuries as well.
Yeah. Knees.
Right. Or
Lower
even
back.
Lower
Yeah,
back.
lower back.
I mean, because you're leaning forward,
Yeah.
stooping forward, so that could cause some back tightness as well. So, but yeah, if you're having a pattern of chronic pain where the pain, will go away when you rest, but you go back to activity and you're still having pain that frequently comes up, it's good to see a medical provider, see the reason why, because we can help better improve your performance and these nagging pains. I'm thinking about the bending forward, tightness in your back. We could help by just improving your ankle mobility, different things, or hip mobility. So if we're more loose in the hip, we could better be able to do those lateral movements and get there faster to be able to hit the ball. So and beat your friends.
Yeah, beat your friends.
So we'll have to go out and
We'll play.
and then maybe we could interview a pickleball player
Yeah.
and share their experience. But
Yeah.
any last remarks, thoughts?
Well, thank you guys so much for tuning in, and guys, just like we said, we that's our specialty. We love to help people. We love to get to know a little bit more about who you are and what's going on with you. So if you're interested in checking us out and helping us or help us help you in bettering your game and how you can prevent yourself from getting injured, feel free to contact us, and we'll be more than happy to help you and get you on your feet, and more importantly, to make you play your best game. Because I think pickleball, so much potential, so much fun to have and to be made, and it's important that you want to stay on the field and you want to stay on the court, should I say? The court. So please reach out to us, let us help you, and that's it.
We should come back and we'll do some show some exercises for them. So
Yeah, for sure, absolutely.
yeah, well, thanks for coming on. We'll see you on the next one.
Peace.
Thanks, guys.